Hi, welcome to my studio in New England. My name is Dee Dee. Today's practice is going to be a preparation class. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some stretching, some easy stretching. We're going to warm up the body and do the same stretchings after the class to see, at the end of the class, to see if we can get a little deeper and notice the difference between stretching before and after the class. So sitting up nice and tall in your Sukhasana, go ahead and ground down through the sit bones, elongating through the spine and allowing the crown of the head to go towards the ceiling. Relax those shoulders, closing your eyes. That closing your eyes will allow you to bring your eyes inside your body so you can explore what's going on versus being distracted by everything around you. It's a nice way to center yourself and become in the present moment. And then taking some long, deep breaths, noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And bringing your hands to the heart center, touching the palms and then each finger, connecting, feeling the connection. Bringing the thumbs to the heart center. It is here that you want to set an intention for your practice from the heart. And then slowly open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some easy stretching first. Now let's go ahead and first make sure that we really are grounded into the floor or into the earth with a long spine. So this is going to be your head and this is your spine, and the hip area is down here. So we don't want to be crunching into our spine. We want to try to keep it as long as we can. There's natural curves in the spine, but for the sake of the video, let's try to keep it nice and upright. And then you're going to extend the arms up overhead and try not to crunch into your ears. Relax the shoulders. And then take the left hand down to the floor. Bend the left elbow as you reach for the sky with the right hand and hinge to the left. Again, you don't want to crunch into the spine. You want to keep it nice and straight so that hinging to the left. And coming back to center, and again, inhaling and then exhaling. So we're going to do some pulsating motions here to kind of get that feeling of where this muscle is right now. What's going on inside? If you feel like you're rushing, maybe slow down. We're always rushing, doing a lot of things. So inhaling and exhaling with your pulsations. Coming back to center, let's do the other side. So left arm up, right hand down, bend the right elbow as you hinge to the right. So why not study your own body? We study other people so much. So let's tune in to ourselves. Just kind of feel what's going on. And as you exhale, you're hinging. And as you inhale, and you're coming back to center. Exhaling, hinging. So again, closing your eyes just allows you to stay with you and just gets you away from the distractions around you. So we're going to go ahead and do a twist. So right hand onto the left knee, the left hand behind you. And again, sitting up nice and tall. So we have our spine and our head. We're going to be twisting to the left. So twist everything to the left, bringing the left shoulder back. Sitting up nice and tall. You can have your neck anywhere it feels comfortable. You can look all the way over your left shoulder if it's okay. Come back to center, right to the other side. So left hand onto right knee, right hand behind you. Roll the right shoulder back, sit up nice and tall, ground into your sit bones. Then you're twisting over to the right. Check in with your neck, close your eyes, feel the spine. Come back to center, right onto the other side, just kind of noticing how you're moving in space. Coming back to center, exhale to the left. So if you're starting first thing in the morning, it might be a little stiff. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and bring our legs out to a V, and then we're going to bend the right knee into the left leg. Activate the left foot, bringing the toes back towards you. So bending the right knee, bringing the left foot to the right foot into the opposite thigh. And then again, make sure you activate that left foot. And extend the arms up overhead. Again, we're still keeping that nice straight spine. And then we're going to twist to the right, right at the waist, looking over your right knee. And then from here, we're going to keep the arms right where they are, and we're going to hinge over to the left, over the left leg, the straight leg. Try not to crunch into it and around it. You want to elongate, really reach for the side of the room as you hinge, and then place the left hand down inside the left leg. And then you want to spiral the chest up towards the ceiling as you reach over your right ear. So you're reaching over your right ear. Coming back to center. And we're going to go right head to the other side. So going into a V and bend the left knee into the left foot goes inside the right leg. So this one's straight, the right foot is flexed, nice and flat. So the toes are coming back towards you. Straighten your arms out towards the sky. And then twist to the left. So you're twisting right at the waist. And then you can start to hinge over to the right, over the straight leg, placing the right hand down wherever it goes. It goes the inside of your right leg. And then you want to spiral your chest up to the ceiling. So bring it up to the ceiling. And then coming back to center and releasing. We're going to come on to our knees. Keeping your hands down, it's almost like you're on a table. We're going to extend the right leg out. The right foot is going to be straight, pointing towards me or the wall that's in front of you. Your back foot can either be tucked or untucked in this position. So keep it nice and parallel to the edges of your mat. Coming back, coming all the way up. So again, we're going to be doing the waist up. We're stretching the sides of the body. So extend the arms up overhead to kind of keep you honest. And then bring the right hand down to the right thigh. And the left hand is going to hinge towards the right, so the hip. But we're keeping everything nice and aligned. You don't want to be crunching into it. You want a nice straight spine. So lift the chest, elongate the tailbone down towards the floor, or lengthen the tailbone down there. Coming back to center, so the tailbone, the pelvis is like a ball, so you want to lengthen it down, so you're lengthening it down. So bring your hands down. Let's go ahead and do the opposite side. So the left leg is straight. The toes are pointing me or the wall in front of you. You can either tuck the toe in the back of the right leg or flatten it down. Either way, whatever's comfortable for you. Coming up high. And then we're going to extend the arms up to the ceiling. Just to kind of get that nice elongation through the spine. You feel like you're in the center. And then left hand down. Right hand still up there, and then hinge to the left. You're feeling the stretch from the hip all the way up. It's a pretty big stretch, and you might even feel a little stretch in the left leg. And then coming back up. And then we're going to come on to hands and knees. And you want to have your wrist in line with your shoulders, and your knees in line with your hips. We're going to be right into table. And then we're going to go ahead and do cat-cow. So bringing the belly down towards the floor. So you're pushing it down towards the floor. And then you're lifting your tailbone up as you squeeze the shoulders up. And then look up for cow. Big inhale here. And then exhale, round the back. Squeeze the belly into the spine and lengthen the tailbone down as you push the floor away for cat. Inhale. Drop in the belly, lift the tailbone into cow. Exhale, round it up for cat. So continue to do that on your own, but close your eyes. I know it sounds silly to say that, but it really makes a difference. You can really feel your own body. And it keeps you right on your mat. You're not distracted by anything else. Just exploring, noticing, feeling, whatever it is. And then we're going to come back to table. We're going to sit back into our child's pose. Whatever child pose is good for you. Knees apart wide. And sit back into your child's pose. Rest your forehead down on the floor. And again, close your eyes. But it's a good time to imagine that there's a hole in the ground, and then all your thoughts are being drawn down in that hole, and then it just goes away into infinity. I'll take my hearing aid out so that I don't break it, because the next posture is going to be downward dog. So, taking a few breaths here. And slowly coming back up. And walk your hands forward about 5 inches. And we're going to be going into downward dog. So you want your knees hips width apart. I like to take my hands out to the side a little bit so I can put the pressure on the base of my thumbs and my first finger. If it's totally straight, it kind of crunches in my wrist. But I find that if you give this a try, it might work for you. So just a little bit, but nothing crazy like this. You want it just a little bit. Tuck your toes and come into your downward facing dog. Feeling the weight in your thumb and first finger of each hand. And then start to pedal into your feet. Again, we're not warmed up yet, so we want to warm up some of our muscles before we start doing deeper stretches. That's why it's so good to do sun salutations before deep stretches, because that's what we're going to do. Warm up and then get taller, longer. Bend your knees, walk your feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale to your halfway lift, so this is the half forward fold. Exhale, fold over your legs and shake out your head. Make sure you shift onto the ball of your feet versus your heel. You don't want to be back on your heel. Hands onto your hips, squeeze the shoulder blades together to come up with a flat back and come up to standing. Arms up overhead. Exhale, release your arms back down. We're going to stretch the side body a little bit more. A lot of side body stretching today. Arms up overhead. Take your thumb and your first finger, wrap the right wrist. Pull your arm up to the sky. And we're going to be hinging at the hip again, but we don't want our hip to go off to the right. So we're going to go to the left to try to keep the hips right where they are. Again, we're keeping it nice straight. We don't want to be crunching. Lifting and hinging. Come back to center, and let's go ahead and do the other side. Just feeling a nice long stretch. Come back to center, pull up on the wrist to the left side. Switching hands as you do this. And come back to center, and then release back down. We're going to go ahead and do sun salutation. So we'll warm up and heat up the body, preparing ourselves for more stretches. So go ahead and bring your hands up overhead, palms together, and then exhale. Bring your hands down to heart center, and then start to fold at your hips. So lift your shoulder blades up, and then release your hands down to the floor. Weight onto the balls of your feet, fingertips onto your shins, inhaling for a half forward fold. Exhale, place your hands down, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, and let's go right into our plank pose. Now, this one, I like to keep my fingers straight and plank. Lower your knees, shift forward, elbows together, lower down onto your belly, untuck your toes, bring your hands back and upward. So you're going to go into a baby cobra here, not upward dog. Exhale, release, because this is your first, well, if this is the morning practice, you can do this anytime. Inhale to downward facing dog, exhale, settle in. And shake out your head. High onto your toes on an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, and then start to rock your feet up to the front of the mat. Toes are touching, heels apart. Inhale, bring your hands onto your shins, lift your shoulders up, and exhale, fold over your legs. Arms out to a T, and come up with a nice flat back, and extend your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring in your hands to heart center, bringing them down, and then going right into another. Fold at your hips, fold over your legs, release your arms down to the floor, fold, shake it out, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, bend your knees, step your left foot back, right foot back into a plank pose. And then you can either go right into chaturanga, or you can lower your knees, lower your chest, untuck your toes as you come down, bring your hands back, inhale to a baby cobra. Keep your neck nice and long. Exhale, release. and then right into table and downward facing dog. And shake out the head, relaxing as much as you can in your downward dog. Long breaths. Inhale high onto your toes, exhale bend your knees, and walk your feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs and shake out your head. Arms out to a T. Come up with a flat back and extend your arms overhead, palms touching. Bringing your hands down to the center of your front body. And when it gets to heart center, start to hinge at your hips. Fold over your legs, arms release for forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale, bend your knees, place your hands down, step your right foot back, step your left foot back into a plank pose. Now this time you can go right into your chaturanga, or you can go into your chest, whatever you prefer. Shift forward, lower down to chaturanga, and tuck your toes as you come right up to an upward facing dog, or baby cobra. Roll over your toes, going either into table, or make your way into your downward dog. Long deep breaths here. Again, you can always bicycle. We're starting to get a little bit warmer here. Bend your knees, walk your feet to the front of the mat any way you can. Inhale to a flat back and exhale, fold over your body. Arms out to a T, come up to flat back and extend your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your palms to the front of your body, down towards your heart. Rest for a moment. And then we're going to come to the front of our mat. And we're going to, left foot is straight. We're going to kick the right foot back about 3 to 4 feet. And we want our heel to arch alignment. So take the time to do that so you can stay safe. Bend into your front knee. And the big thing I notice with my students that the knee tends to track in. You don't want to do that. You want to have it go right over your ankle. This is very dangerous for your tendons and ligaments on the side of the knee if you're in this way. So you want to keep it nice and strong. We don't want to have any replacements to our knees. All right, so there we go. Arms out to a T, and you want your arms to be right over your legs. Relax your shoulders down. Warrior two. So this sequence I call wet, W-E-T. First one is warrior two. We're going to reverse our warrior two. So back hand down, front hand up. Then we're going to come up to warrior two. Bend the front elbow, place it on the front thigh for extended. So E for extended side angle. Coming back up, we're going to do that again. So back hand down, front hand up for reverse warrior two. Coming back up, placing your forearm on your front thigh. Right arm can go up to the sky or alongside your ear for extended side angle. Coming back up, straighten your front leg. Guess what T is for? Triangle. So we're going to reverse it first. So back hand down, front hand up. For triangle, for reverse triangle. Coming back up, reach for me. And then placing your left hand down, back hand up for triangle. Coming back up and slowly reverse your triangle. And again, coming back up, reach for me, into triangle. So the arm can go straight up at the ceiling. You want to be able to roll the right shoulder back, maybe even bring your right hand back a little bit so you can look a little bit to the ceiling and then straighten your arm. Or you can bring your arm alongside your ear. Whatever works. Bend into your front knee. Slowly come out. Arms out to a T, back into warrior two. Drop both hands down. Look to the front of your mat. Step your right foot to meet the left. We're going to go ahead and do the opposite side. So the right foot is going to be straight. You're just going to be kicking the left foot back 3 to 4 feet. Then you want to notice your alignment. Do the best you can. It should be pretty close. Bend into your front knee. Again, not inside. Bring it back out. If you find your hips are going this way, that's where they're supposed to be. The pelvis is like a ball, And we don't want it to be completely straight ahead, but we definitely don't want it to be squared to the side of the room. It's going to be a little bit to the side. Arms out to a T, so the same wet sequence. Here we go. Back hand down, front hand up. Reverse warrior two. Come back up, bend the front elbow, place it on the front thigh. So going to extended side angle. Coming back up, again, reverse your warrior two. Coming back up, reach for me. And then right into your extended side angle. And then we're going to go right into a triangle. So making sure you have your alignment, your arms are over your legs. Back hand down, front hand up for a reverse triangle. Come back up, reach for me, and then right into a triangle. Try not to hunch down. Pick up, bring your left shoulder back. Come back up, let's do one more. Reverse your triangle. Come back up, and right into your triangle. Bend into your front knee to come back into warrior two. And then drop your arm and step it up into mountain pose. Okay, so this is the side angle. We're going to go the long part of our mat. Toes are coming in. And what you want to do is you want to have your ankle, knee, and hips in line with each other. And you don't want your shoulders coming forward. You want your shoulders rolling back, but you want your tailbone to lengthen down towards the floor. Again, the pelvis is going down a little bit. So everything stays engaged in the legs here. Hands onto your hips, squeeze the shoulder blades. So I'm going to do a little bit of a forward fold here, wide-legged forward fold. Lift the chest, lengthen the tailbone, and hinge as you go. Your tailbone will start to move with you as you put a little resistance to it. Just kind of hang out here. This is just a little version. This is what I hope I don't see. You want to lift and elongate. Again, we're doing the nice straight spine here. We're not crunching into the neck or the upper back or even the lower back. And bend your knees here. This is what keeps them safe coming up. And slowly come up to standing. Then you want to do heel, toe, step it up to the front of the mat. So we should be a little bit warm by now. So we're going to come down to the floor again, onto our mat, and to Sukhasana. So we're going to do the same stretches that we did at the beginning of class. And now we're going to see how we feel. We've warmed up the body a little bit. First, getting yourself nice and centered, keeping yourself nice and honest, grounding the sit bones up, lifting the chest, relax the shoulders. And then bringing your arms up to elongate it a little bit longer. Bringing the left hand down. And now maybe you can go a little bit deeper into a left hinge. See, hinging that way, we're reaching for the sky, shoot the crown of the head up towards following the arm. Maybe you can go a little deeper. So ground down through your right hip. Come back to center and right onto the other side. So reach for the sky first and then hinge. Keeping your neck nice and straight. And the best way to do that is just keep it alongside your arm. But if your arm's out like this, you'll get it. Hinge as far as it's okay for you. And then we'll do our twist. We're going to twist to the left. So the right hand into the left knee, left hand behind you. Let it give a twisting into our spine and keeping the neck along in line with it. Crown of the head up to the ceiling as you twist. Coming back to center, right to the other side. Maybe you notice it's not as stiff and that maybe you can go a little deeper. Come back to center and right to the other side. So right knee, right hand and the left knee, twisting over to the left. Last time over to the right side. So you're bringing your body to the right. Coming back to center. Nice. So then we're going to bring our legs out to a V. Again, we're going to bring the right knee into the left leg. So here we go with the left leg nice and active with the toes pointing. And then we're going to bring the arms up towards the ceiling, twist to the right, and then hinge to the left. Again, you want to crunch down, you want to reach for the sky, and let yourself go over. So maybe you can go a little deeper this time. And then you bring your left hand down inside the left leg, The right arm's up to the ceiling. You want to spiral your chest up towards the ceiling as you hinge. Maybe you can touch your toe. I can't. I'm not that flexible. But I'm cool with this. I'm getting a big stretch. Coming back to center. So let's go ahead and switch legs. So right leg is straight, left knee is bent, right toes are nice and active. The toes are coming towards you, elongating through the spine. And then you're going to twist to the left over the left knee, and then hinge to the right, over the right hip, over the right leg. Go as far as you can, bringing your hand down, and then spiral the chest up to the ceiling. So you bring it up to the ceiling, or towards the ceiling. And coming back up. Last stretch. Coming onto your hands and knees. And then extend the right leg out. Toes are pointing knee or the wall in front of you. And then coming up onto your left knee. And again, if you have knee issues, you can pad it with a blanket, or you can double up on some mats like I have. So right hand is down on your right leg. Left arm goes straight up to the ceiling and hinge to the right. Coming back to center and exhale, hinge. Now, if you haven't done a lot of side stretches, we did a lot of them. Inhale, coming up, exhale, hinge. You want to hydrate, lots of fluid, water that is. And coming back up, bringing the hands down. Let's do the other side. Right knee goes back into position, left leg goes out. Now the back foot can be tucked or untucked, just like we did in the first one. Coming up high onto your knee. Extend the arms up to get yourself nice and honest. Left arm down, right hand up to the sky, hinge to the left. Coming back to center, exhale, hinge. And you don't need to go super deep to feel this stretch. Inhale up and exhale, hinge. And coming back to center. I think that does it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lie into our final resting pose. I'm going to show you in this position. I see a lot of students keeping their legs nice and tense. What I'd like to see my students do is separate their legs a little bit and then flop their feet up the side to relax everything. So it lets everything settle into place. When we roll down onto your back, you want to keep your knees bent a little bit, arms out to the side, just slowly roll down onto your back. Once you get into this position, you want the shoulder blades to flatten. So lift yourself up so that they flatten on the floor. That allows your shoulders to roll down towards the floor. Palms up, so it allows your chest to open up so you can breathe much easier. Shavasana. Softening all the muscles in your face, shoulders, arms and fingers. Chest is light and your belly is warm and soft. Relax the pelvis, relax the legs, feet, and toes. Natural breathing. And just start to reawaken your body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Taking a couple long deep breaths as you bring your knees back into your chest and hug them close. Right arm overhead, roll onto your right side into a fetal position. Using your right arm as a pillow with your left hand out in front of you. Imagine that you're rolling out of bed and you're taking your time. Use your left hand to help you come up to a seated position into Sukhasana. Just sitting up nice and tall in Sukhasana, grounding down through the sit bones, elongating through the wonderful spine. Crown of the head going up to the ceiling, and relax the shoulders. And then from here, bringing your hands to heart center in prayer. So the palms and each finger touch in the thumb to the heart center. And remember the intention that you set for your own practice. And send it out to the universe on your own. You can bow to yourself to seal your practice. Coming on up, opening up your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.